Okay, here I am live. Hi, everybody. Let me reposition myself here. Yeah. So, here I am. I'm live on YouTube, and no one's shown up yet because no one knows to come here. No one knows to come live. The only person here is one, and that's me. And I was going to be live on the Grimm Life Collective, but unfortunately, they had some severe technical issues. So I'm going to be visiting with you all. Apparently, there's a thing with you just can't invite people to conference with you on YouTube like you can with Skype. That would be a great feature if YouTube had that. You have to go through something like Skype or Zoom. Then you have to go through another encoding software, like one of them is called OBS. And if there's any interruption in your stream or anything like that, or your bandwidth, oh boy, it's a big problem. So we're going to probably pick it up again. Hey, hi, Robbie. Oh, Robbie, you're so great. And hey, Something Suave Theater, how you doing? So sorry that the Grimm Life Collective didn't exactly pan out. We had some technical issues. We were really looking forward to it. And they were very, very frustrated. They actually were upgrading their bandwidth, but with the coronavirus and all that going on, it's kind of difficult to get people to come out, technicians and what have you. Adventures with Fearless Max. Hey, man. Hey, Max. How you doing? So sorry, we had a really awesome show planned for you, but we had some technical issues. So I don't know what to tell y'all. Gosh, I'm really sad about that. Really, really sad. And I'm trying to go on to Facebook at the same time, but I think what we're going to do is save it for later. Hi, Bryson. So if you guys have anything you want to ask me, that's fine. I'm not going to be on here for too long. Amy and I have to go visit her mom. She's not feeling well. And so it's okay, John. Life happens. That's what I told the Grimm Life people. Things like this sometimes happen. I'm reminded of a very great story, Zorba the Greek. If you're not familiar with the novel and the play and the movie, and it also became a musical, that there's like this man who lived on this small island off the coast of Greece, and he wanted to mine minerals off of a particular mountain that he owned the property rights to. And he tried the best he could to get everyone in the village to help him out, set up the mine, and he had everything going. But on opening day, it was an absolute disaster. Everything fell apart. Everyone from the villages that were working for him ran back to the village to go back to their homes and their cafes and the bar. And afterwards, he was calm and collected. He said it was a beautiful disaster. What a beautiful disaster, because at least he made the attempt to do it. Imagine what a disaster it would have been if he did not even attempt to follow that vision that he had. Probably, you fail in one way, you find another way to get what it is you have to get done. But in any event, hope your mom feels better. Yes. Hey, Amy. Hi, Amy. Amy is one of my biggest fans, and she's kind of like my groupie. And anyway, so that's it. So I will send Max. I will send Amy a big kiss. But I'm going to sign off for now. And unless you have something you want to ask me right off the bat, if you want to anything in particular, I'm doing fine. Amy's doing fine. I'm working on a bunch of music that I will be releasing. One of them's for a commercial that's really fun. It's this commercial started off way before we would have been finished months ago, but because of the coronavirus, it's been taking forever. So that's going to be fun. It has a lot of fun visuals in it. It's really short. I wish we did a 90-second commercial, but it's only a 60. And well, okay, here we go. Something Suave Theater asks, what genre of film do you like to compose for? Well, there's a lot of genres I love. I mean, that's the challenge of being a composer in this business. You may get a Western, you may get a narrative drama, you may get a commercial, you may get some family Disney-esque sort of project, you may get some horror. There's people in the horror community have asked me, what have you done besides Killer Clowns that's horror? And I had to look up, and I made a list. The list is here, over here under this box. And I can't believe how many films that I did that were of the horror genre. And of course, the list isn't here in front of me, but I took a picture of it on my phone. So find that list. And I actually surprised myself. I have done more horror than I realized. It's very fascinating to me that I managed to do more horror. Okay, here's the list. Okay, there's Retro Puppet Master. No cheese on that bologna commercial should be a sin. That's spaghetti sauce. Well, what can I say? I had to do a commercial and it was a spaghetti sauce. I don't use Weber wrestlers. I don't use pre-made sauce. I make my sauce from scratch. I do get sauce from a can. I get the Cento brand. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth it. And you don't need a lot of sauce sometimes. For each person needs probably 2 tablespoons of sauce, and you can make a really great sauce within moments. So please forgive me for my Prego spaghetti commercials. I can't help it. It was a job. Okay, so here's the rundown. Let's go eat hot dog and dress up like killer clowns. Good idea. Oh, these are all the things you want to do after the quarantine. That's a good question, Amy. I'm really happy. All the goodies and the vinyl. Oh, thanks, Bryson. I'm glad you liked the vinyl. That was a very near and dear project to me. And then, okay, Retro Puppet Master music is a great one. Thank you. Okay, so here's the list. There's Retro Puppet Master, The Cell 2, Ring Around the Rosie, which is kind of like an alternative reality psycho thriller. There's Final Stab, Leeches, Speed Demons, Lady in White, Cherokee Creek, which is about Bigfoot, Steel and Lace, which was done in the 80s, and it's basically a female Terminator. It was kind of interesting. A lot of interesting people there. The guy that some of the cast from American Werewolf in London were in that movie. The Haunting of TV series. The TV series Monsters. Celebrity Ghost Stories. That's a TV series. My Ghost Stories is another TV series. The Ghost Inside My Child. That's another TV series. The Haunted. That's a TV series. And a movie called Stem Cell. Another TV series called Paranormal State. I have a lot of music in that. There's a movie called Skeletons. And then there's the Ray Bradbury Theater. So that's my list. Okay, thanks. I'm glad you love your Wosat vinyl. I'm very glad. I've actually only listened to the vinyl once or twice, playing on a relatively very, very nice sound reproduction system. I hope you collab with Decker Shadow. Decker Shadow is my man. I love Decker Shadow. I would love to do a live stream like this with him. He would be good in a clown type project as a clown. You think so? Well, I don't know. But please collab on musical projects with him. Okay, sure. Let me see what else is going on here. I love Dave Dakota. I love Dave Dakota too. He's every time I see him, I've done probably 3 to maybe 5 or 6 movies with him. Every time I see him, I just give him a big hug. He's such a sweet guy. He's like, even though we're the same age, he's kind of like my older uncle. I can't explain it. We always amuse each other. Will I do Midsummer Night's Dream? Do what at Midsummer Scream? If they ask me to be a guest, I'd be thrilled to be a guest. Or maybe I'll go there and just visit and have a parallel event to Midsummer Scream. Okay, Robbie81, no, Robles81 says, John, I have one of your CDs on the way to me. I'm stoked. Can't wait for it to get. Oh yeah, listen, if you haven't gotten it yet, I'm back ordered. The record company that originally manufactured the Killer Clowns Reimagined, they're out of stock. I have to buy my own CD from other collectors, so it's quickly it's going to be going out of print. We might go into a different printing. I may get a license to print up a bunch of copies. Let me see. Best episode of Ray Bradbury Theater is the one with Paul, John. Oh, that is a great one. The Sound of Thunder. The Sound of Thunder. Will you do Barry McCreary collab on another project? Yeah, probably someday. I mean, we collaborated on my album, and he did a movie called. The movie was called Hellfest. It's kind of like, imagine if Halloween Horror Nights had a crazy, monstrous serial killer going through it. So it was pretty bizarre. I did music for that, and you can hear the music I did with him on the soundtrack album for Hellfest. It's all over the place. Our CD is coming Monday. Oh, that's good to know. Fearless Max. Oh yeah, but it's not signed by me, so I'm gonna have to sign it for you. And so glad Killer Clowns is on fire. Yeah, heck, I'm so thrilled that it's on Netflix and more people can discover it. And if everyone spreads the word that it's on Netflix, that many more people will discover the movie. So I have met people who had seen Killer Clowns for the very, very first time, only because it's been on Netflix recently. Horror Movies and Beyond. Hey, Horror Movies and Beyond is in the house. How you doing? Ivotrice. Killer Clowns is also free on YouTube. Yes, it's also free on YouTube. It's also, well, if you subscribe to Netflix, technically it's free. I don't know. So anyways, people, really sorry. So we're going to do another cast with those great people at Grimm Life Collective. They are let me just talk about the Grimm Life Collective people. So you should go to their channel and check out their stuff. They're about the horror genre, but they're also about real tangible things. Like they will go to the cemetery where Vampira or Vampirella was buried, that actress whose name escapes my memory right now. Or they visited where the Manson family lived. There's a ranch called, there's a ranch out in Santa Clarita that they all lived at, that he went to, and he actually saw, went to the site where the events happened. It was really, really bizarre. They'll go to locations where films were made. They will trace the steps of serial killers. I mean, they get on the road, man. I mean, they are hardcore. Grimm Life Collective. You guys should go over and subscribe and be friends with those people. They're really good people. I mean, it's kind of like, how Dead Meat James and Chelsea have the West Coast. They have the East Coast. So Grimm Life Collective is a married couple that is in the horror genre. and they work together, and they do videos. And Dead Meat James, James and Chelsea do the same thing. And so it's really great to know both of these people. They're both fine couples. Okay, I watched the video where they showed where Halloween was filmed. It was awesome. Yeah, that's Teresa. Yeah, I love it and he has such a reverence for the locations. He talks, here we are. This is it. This is the tunnel that Roger Rabbit went down. This is the tunnel that Marty McFly went through, being chased by Biff in Back to the Future. And he's just like, he's got such an enthusiasm. And and then Jessica will do something funny, like run by the camera, like, I've got to go to the bathroom. She's so cute. Grimm Life is great. Saw their creatures from the Black Lagoon location visit. Yeah, it's fascinating because they do a lot of research, like on the birth date or death date of Edgar Allan Poe. They will go visit his grave, and they're hardcore, man. They're like, if they were reporters for a newspaper, they would be really good research journalists, that would uncover some great murder mystery. So I'm sorry, I'm not looking at this right into the camera. I'm looking off here to the side. Just out of curiosity, the sign behind me, does it look like the writing is reversed? Because I get kind of like a mirror image. So I don't know if it looks right to you. So they need their own TV show. They do. Well, that's what YouTube is. YouTube, you're going to wait for someone to give you an opportunity to have a TV show? No, you can make your own television show. It is right. Oh, thanks, Robbie. That's good. It looks normal. That's fantastic. So anyways, that's the great thing about YouTube. You have an idea, something you want to do. All you have to do is do it. I mean, it doesn't cost much to get a little camera and subscribe to YouTube. And I think for YouTube Pro, it costs a little bit more money. But, okay, Something Suave Theater. I've been making my own TV show for 10 years now. Cool. All the power to you, my man. That is fantastic. I'd love to see that. I'm working on some Blu-ray slipcovers. Okay, and it's giving me an option to show. I'm not going to do that right now because I just can't deal with it. But contact me later and send it to me. True, you can make your own business these days. It's great. Yeah, there's a lot of people I know that have started their YouTube channel. There's Horror Movies and Beyond. She's got a great philosophy. That's Ivorytree's Little. She has her own YouTube channel. She's interviewed me a few times. My favorite interview with me and Ivorytree's, we were in a recording studio, and she said, now, back in the 80s, they had low-budget films. And I said, really? Back in the 80s? They only had it back in the 80s? They don't have it now? Oh, my gosh. I could start cashing in. There's no more low budget. Anyways, the fun thing about that is her laughter. Seeing Ivorytree's laugh is the best thing in the world. It's like medicine. It just makes me happy to see her laugh. And the fact that she finds my dumb humor funny is also comforting. I'll make my own show. I live near where big movies were filmed. That's good. I need a camera. Well, there's tons of cameras. I mean, the camera that I've got here is probably not even $20. Of course, it's a, computer camera. But I mean, I've seen people shoot stuff with a $200 GoPro that they bought on sale. What is my favorite scary movie? Well, I just saw a couple of scary movies. Just catch up on the phone. I just saw The Lighthouse. Okay. It's a big treat for me to get to spend time to see movies. I've been taking advantage of that lately. So I saw The Lighthouse. I saw Serenity, which was a really good alternate reality. The concept, it's kind of like the concept of The Matrix, but a completely different story, but a much better crafted film. And then I saw The Good Marriage, a Stephen King um, novel made into a movie about a woman who discovers her husband's a serial killer. And that was very effective because, Stephen King is an incredible storyteller. I mean, it's almost like a no-brainer. I live next to Shepperton Studios. Wow, that is awesome. Where aliens, you know what? I just saw some deleted footage from Aliens that I can't understand for the life of me why they took it out. It made complete sense. Would have helped the movie. It's when they were discussing, they were debating on whether they're going to go down to the planet or not, and it all has to do with pay, and someone's going to get fired, and there's all this drama going on, which is actually really cool. Original art being you or reprinted. Oh, back here, that's original art. That's from the poster behind me. That's from my concert that was on 2 years ago. If you go to SoundCloud, you can hear some of the music from the concert. And to hear the Dickie song with an orchestra playing behind it, I did an arrangement with strings and woodwinds and brass and a complete rhythm section. So we had, imagine when we play that song, there was 2 drummers, there were 2 bass players, 2 guitar players, no, 3 guitar players. So there was like 2 bands basically, plus an orchestra, and Leonard singing the song. Of course, the Dickies were performing the song. That was a lot of fun. We need another director cut of Alien movie. Yeah, I guess so. I have the SoundCloud song saved. Oh, thanks a lot, Mr. 204032. I'm glad you liked it. Well, listen, I don't want to take up too much time because I'm going to be at this again in probably a few days, probably the middle of next week or something like that. And we'll have all the streaming stuff working well. So, for blasting. Oh my goodness, no kidding. That sounds like a lyrics of a good song. My ex-girlfriend got us kicked out of our apartment for blasting Dickie's Killer Clowns theme out the window. If any way you're going to get evicted, that's the way to do it. What can I tell you? Okay, I'll show that one. I don't know why. I think YouTube flagged that because you had ex-girlfriend and you had kicked out. Probably those were phrases that they thought would offend people. If they remake the movie Suspiria, you have to make the music. Hey, I would love to. I love giallo movies. I love that the music is so raw and upfront. I don't know if new giallo movies would be as raw. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say goodbye. Too bad I can't hear your voices or anything like that. Take care, and I'm gonna sign out now.